Good morning and welcome as we go back to Scarlet Hollow. It is Sunday morning. Hello, Sammy. Welcome to the stream. So I figure I kind of wanted to revisit Scarlet Hollow. I had so much fun doing this run, and now we have the opportunity to go hardcore mode, which, as I understand it, gives us 3 traits, but also limits the amount that those traits can have significant impact on the game, which I don't really understand what that means, but I'm very, very curious. As well as I was thinking that it might be a fun endeavor to play it very differently, to go against the grain, to go against my gut instincts, and to maybe just run headlong into danger without giving care for hide nor hair of anybody, and just going through a hardcore asshole mode run. Yeah, we're gonna fuck shit up. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so if you're ready, we're going back to Scarlet Hollow. Here we go. I'm excited. Hardcore mode. Every trait in Scarlet Hollow provides an opportunity to avoid making the game-defining sacrifice. Hardcore mode removes these opportunities, but you'll be able to select a third trait. Even with your new abilities, this is the darkest world state. By clicking continue, you agree to suffer. Oh, we're gonna suffer! Your name is Sir Harpsichord. You live in the city of... Maybe someday, Sammy. All right, we'll do he, him, run. And as much as I loved Talk to Animals, God, if I don't choose Talk to Animals, I'm not going to be able to speak in the Gretchen voice. And then what good is the game at all at that point? All right, I'm going to select 2 that's not Talk to Animals and make my decision on the third one. All right, so let's see. Kenai was nice, but we really do want a different run this time around. So let's see. Street Smart. But it would change the game up. It would. Good at lying and hard to lie to. Fast talker, and you can read people and read the room. No door can hold you. Yeah, I'm going to be street smart. Let's see. Hot. Mystical. Strange and unusual. You see the threads of reality in ways others cannot. That could be fun. Yeah. Book smart. Well-read and rational. Possess a wealth of esoteric knowledge and know when to use it. A talented researcher. Let's see. Tough as nails, the pinnacle of fitness and imposing presence that commands the room. A mean right hook. Street start, mystical and hot. Okay. All right. That sounds fun. You just want to turn this into another dating sim. I'm on to you. All right. So unfortunately, we won't be using the Gretchen voice this time around. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again, and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing the bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and CD depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. Oh, yeah, this is my wonderful cousin. The funeral of Pearlie and Scarlet. Your cousin's mother and your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. But it was also more than just the social pressure of the invitation that pushed you to accept it. Something has been tugging you back to this place your entire life. There was no choice to be made, but you were always going to find your way here. So when your cousin called, you knew it had to be done. And now the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying, oh, this asshole. Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Feigning illness. I can use my street smarts to hopefully get this fucker to shut up. You violently fake a coughing fit. Pretending to be sick has always been one of the better ways to get people to leave you alone in strange places. Oh, are you sick? That's all right. I'm pretty sure Damn, this guy. I'm sick all the time. Had to keep my immune system on its toes, you know. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough, she lost her balance and fell in the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, but her phone got soaked, so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like for real, and geez, you ever get so mad you just want to like kill someone? Did he say she tried to break up with him? You can't even begin to imagine what that might feel like. Nobody's ever broken up with you. Let's see. Ooh, I could threaten him. Stop trying to get a rise out of me. I don't know if that would work. Okay, yeah, I'm going for the hardcore asshole. Kind of feel like killing someone right now. I don't like horrible people waking me up to tell me about their horrible thoughts. What can I say? Oh, this guy. What the fuck? This guy is unflappable. Anyway, you don't care when someone tries to break your heart someday. It changes a person. I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now. So I'm trying to get up. Like, they truly tried to make like the worst person imaginable for this sequence. But I don't know if I'm like into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus in New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. This asshole, he's in TA. You sit, awash in horror, but doing your best to keep a neutral face as this man admits he's thought about murdering the soon-to-be mother of his child, a child whose birth he is currently missing and considering ditching to go have fun in New York. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? I'm coming home. My mother fled this place many years ago, but she's gone now, and I can feel it calling me back. Some things can only be put off for so long. The young man anxiously, ooh, I got him. For one perceptible moment, it's his turn to feel uncomfortable before he catches himself and heartily laughs. Oh, you must be talking about Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in the mountains. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around, so if you aren't getting off at my stop, you must be headed that way, although nobody ever goes there. I'm usually alone on the bus by now. Though, actually, I had a couple buddies who went up to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die! He looks back at his phone for once focused on something else. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Oh, this is where I developed my peanut allergy last time. I'm going to eat the peanuts. You've been on a bus for hours on end and can't remember the last time you've eaten. You snatch the peanuts from the stranger's hands, tearing open the bag like a wild animal, not even removing the shells as you consume fistfuls of soggy, savory legume. I figured you'd enjoy them. Glad they went to a good home. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, the stranger's gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, into the line. Perhaps not. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hi, cousin. Hey, Sir Harpsichord. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. That's just her face. We learned that later. That's just her face. This is who she is. Make a good first impression with a winning smile. You've never met someone who was able to resist your ability to make a good first impression. You flash a soft smile and give your condolences. Tabitha, it's so nice to finally meet you. I'm sorry to hear about your mom. Thanks. Oh, is this a dating route possibility that we never considered before? For a brief moment, Tabitha is put at ease before she quickly straightens up and the annoyance returns to her face. It might not have been much, but you can confidently notch up another victory courtesy of the winning Sir Harpsichord smile. Come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. All right. Dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. All right. I'm doing it. I'm finally doing it. I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Always wanted to do that. Your cousin turns to stare at you, an icy hatred in her eyes. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if she were someone else, but she isn't. She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. How you doing? Fine. You don't have to hide how you're feeling around me. I'm street smart. We're family, even if we just met. She sighs a particularly heavy sigh. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, really. Can't believe we've never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that, or had, I guess. Yeah, we're in the Dead Moms Club. You can feel the same careless cruelty in Tabitha's words that your mother would use when she talked about Perlane and the old Scarlets. The wound that tore your family apart runs deep enough that it bled through the generations. You sound like her right now. My mother, she hated this side of the... I don't know why my mystical voice sounds like this. She hated this side of the family so much. We don't have to become our parents. There are some things in life we get to choose. I wouldn't go to the theater tonight. She's the one who left. All right, remain silent. This is going to be a long ride. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramp apartments in gray cities. Sure hope that holds. My God. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it, perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot long, long time ago. And swoop in from the side. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the ache and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. You ever thought about flipping this mamma jamma? I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you valued your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to get to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Street smart and lie. It's beautiful. I don't think I've ever been in a building that feels as powerful as this. You're lying through your teeth, but Tabitha doesn't need to know that. In fact, not only does she not need to know that you're lying, but she won't know ever. You're a very good liar. I'm not. I'm a very terrible liar. It is. The estate was the prized jewel of this region for a long time. It's quite a magnificent piece of architecture, even now. Shall we take our tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. Janie is a delight. Can't wait to meet Janie again. It's going to be a little while, though. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixins for peanut butter and jelly. Not fixings. Fixins. As Tabitha speaks, your eyes are drawn to the windows and the overgrown garden outside. Dread and anxiety grip your lungs, and you can almost feel the ground beneath you start to slip. This place is a step away from being swallowed up and vanishing forever. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tip: some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. I'm not gonna. I can feel the way. I've always dreamed of having a kitchen like this. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island? I would love a kitchen island. I'm not gonna lie. It is. Thank you. Well, I'm breaking her down. Awesome. I love PB&J. It looks like your famous smile doesn't run in the family. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh boy. I didn't, but good for you. Let's see. Alrighty, what's next on the tour? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Is that your cat? What's its name? I still haven't pet Frau. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. I'm not going to be able to talk to Frau, which is not the end of the world. I'm not going to be able to talk to Dustin. You decide to follow Tabitha's advice. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. Oh boy. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights, it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It's a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. What a wonderful bathroom! This place is amazeballs. Glad you like it. This bathtub is extremely valuable antique. Yeah, cast iron. Come on now. Yeah, let's do it. Do it to it. Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. Got to do the business. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what must, and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the... I wonder if there is a flirt branch with Tabitha here, and I wonder how that would affect the Wayne relationship. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot. It has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you some permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. An unmistakable stain coats this room. Someone has died here. No, people have died in here. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty, except for the possum. This is incredible! How'd you know how much I love cherubs? That chest is to die for. I'm surprised to see you have such discerning taste. Every last piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique handed down through the family for generations. The people have died here, haven't they? I sense a heavy spiritual fog hanging over this room. People have died here, haven't they? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Good point. Obviously, people have died here. Well, time to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you to the back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Please fill out your survey card and let us know how we did. Don't expect to see much of me. Tip, some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. Hey, so is it cool if I bring someone over at some point? No, I'm not going to go there. Where are you going? Are you sure you didn't take the day off? Did I do something wrong? Are you sure you're okay? I will keep you. I'm going to try to be as sweet as peaches and cream to Tabitha and see where that gets me. I have some social avenues by which to crack this cold exterior, and I'm going to do it, by gum. We should hang out. Crank some tunes, have some brews. It'd be good. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you in this sprawling, decrepit estate. Go straight to the forbidden wings of the estate. Let's do it. Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. I think I actually did try this before. An insurmountable obstacle for most, but a mild... Doors can't hold me! Ooh! As the locks fall. This is going to be a very different run. As the locks fall, the doors moan open, revealing the entrance to what once must have been an incredibly lavish ballroom. Faintly in the distance, you can hear the quiet notes of an old piano playing from another room. The forbidden wings are yours to explore. Enter! You can see why your cousin warned you against coming here. Deep gashes tear across the floor, and years of detritus have turned what once must have been a magnificent and open ballroom into a tight and claustrophobic maze. The piano you heard from outside the ballroom has grown louder. Wherever it is, it's nearby. It's probably just a self-playing model, but maybe you aren't as alone here as you thought. I am wondering how far I can push this before I just, have a 5-minute death run. I don't want that necessarily. I've been playing for 23 minutes. I'd like to get a little bit more. We should have the option to head back here at any point, I would think. So let's return at some point later. After what you've seen and heard in the ballroom, you weigh how much longer you should even stay in the estate on your own. And we also have to keep in mind that our street smarts and our hotness and so forth is not going to give us any opportunity to give warning for bailing out of badness. Let's see. Settle into the room. And now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs into your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Let's check out the possum. You drag your suitcases over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It is quiet but angry. Oh, pardon me. You gently close the door, leaving the marsupial in peace. The drawer belongs to the opossum, and there's nothing you can do about it. You open the top drawer next. It's empty. As good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Dust in. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd have been better keeping your clothes in a nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. There kind of is. Let's see. Examine the painting on the wall. That should rouse some mystic traits there. This must be an older relative of yours, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you barely heard of anything about your aunt and uncle until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Bell Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. All right, let's take the nap. You immediately collapse onto the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. Getting to tuberculosis. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. Well, that was fun. All right, that's enough. Might as well head into town. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate clean between the two of you and bury some of the tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. I think it's a great time. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue. It's really pretty out here when there's no little goober marshmallow monsters. Continue down the path. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked, and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Gretchen! Gretchen, come back! Quit bugging Oh, I haven't seen you around here before. The young woman is noticeably flustered by your appearance. It's a phenomenon that you as a hot are all too familiar with. Sorry about Gretchen. She can be very slippery when she wants to be. Hope she didn't scare you. Tell me more about this wonderful creature. I am in love with this dog and wish to know everything there is to know about her. Gladly. Her favorite fruit is Cheese Whiz. Her favorite toy is an old sock I sewed to look like a squirrel, and her favorite show is Murder, She Wrote. Sometimes I leave it on in the background while I'm working. Gretchen is just better and better. She'll actually sit in her little bed and watch it like an old lady with her programs. How'd you two meet? My mom was a vet, and she used to visit the regional animal shelter on weekends to do checkups. When I was real young, I'd go with her to volunteer, which really meant I'd do a little bit of manual labor, then play with the dogs for the rest of the day. That sounds awesome. One weekend, believe it or not, someone dropped off this little 1-year-old pug that had outgrown its cute puppy stage. When I went to clean her kennel, she looked up at me with those big, watery, nervous eyes, wagging her entire butt and whimpering like no one had ever loved her before. I couldn't not fall head over heels. You know, my parents were rugged mountain folk, so they weren't big on toy breeds. And at first, they refused to even consider adopting poor Gretchen. Aw. But I kept visiting every week, and soon enough they caved and let me take her home. My dad still wasn't too keen on her at first, but soon enough, he was taking her out on trails like she was a hound dog. Sorry for talking your ear off, but I can't help it. I could prattle on about Gretchen for hours. So could I. But what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folk, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't... She is really talking. The Scarlet funeral. Why would I lie about that? Yep. Hi, I'm Sir Harpsichord. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her, all alone up in that big house. How sweet that Tabitha, being who she is, still has people that worry about her. She's in conflict with herself. Whoever I met today isn't the real Tabitha. I hope you mean that metaphorically. I don't know, honestly. To tell you the truth, she's always been a little rough around the edges, but most people don't really catch on to that. It'll probably be good for her to now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Yep. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Follow her. Welcome, Lord of Dorkness, and thank you for the follow. The pleasant aroma of a greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hey everyone, I'm Sir Harpsichord. It's a pleasure. Just in town for the funeral. Nice to meet you all. I'm hot. The woman behind the counter beams back at you. Oh, hey there. Hello and welcome to the holler. You just let us know if you need anything, okay? You got it. You nod politely, giving a small wave as you and Stella slide into the nearest booth. Looks like you'll probably be the talk of the town for a while. It's just my hotness. It's not often folks around here meet many strangers, and with who you're related to, well, folks love their gossip, you know? Hey, Stella, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Avery. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the H button on your keyboard to hide the text box at any time. Hi. Anything for you, darling? Oh dear. Stella says if you buy it, I'll have one of everything, please and thank you. I'm trying a different run. This is going against the grain. How about we start with some biscuits and coffee? No problem. Okay. Avery pours a fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and sorry for your loss. That's all right. I barely knew her. One of everything, huh? Normally I'd love to, but I've got to head out in not too long. Anyway, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Is the potluck like a church thing? Cool. Sounds neat. Maybe I'll check some of these things out. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? What's your angle here, lady? My angle? I would never have an angle. She definitely has an angle. She wants help with her YouTube stuffs. Okay, so my job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with the camera, and it's always better when someone else is there too. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Hey, Winnie wanted to give you a biscuit on the house. She sends her condolences. Thanks, it looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity, given buttery form. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if nothing but butter was suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Kitty, hi. You coming on to join us? Come on. Oh, okay. Truly, this is the perfect biscuit. Oh, come here. Oh, kitty cat. Hi. This is Stixie. Say hi, Stix. Oh, say bye, Stix. Hello, butthole. Whoa. Really good biscuit. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not going to go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm going to toot your horn for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, I'm curious about this myself. Let's dig in and see if we can unlock the mystery. How does that make you money? I get that question a lot. I pull from a few different sources. Most of it comes from ad money. A good chunk comes from monthly donations, and hopefully soon I'll have my very first sponsor. Hey, I'm actually kind of like in the same exact boat. Meat. Did I already ask that? Yeah, anyway, Meat Rice reached out to me a couple weeks ago, and we've been working out a contract. Wait, those people who make the dehydrated ground beef? It gets plugged on podcasts all the time. I even saw an ad on Facebook. That's a big deal, Stella. I guess so. It's not really my thing, but I can see my subscribers being the audience for that kind of funky stuff. They sent me some samples, actually. It's almost indistinguishable from dog food. I've mixed up their sample bag with Gretchen's old pup food more than once. Anyway, you should really check out her channel, Sir Harpsichord. She hunts cryptids. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but, you know, the controversial one. Oh, yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in the river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be like twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara, but that must have escaped from the local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. That is an honest-to-God cryptid right there. No way that's a beaver or a dog. I know, I've seen beavers and dogs, and no way a capybara would be swimming in a river in the mountains of North Carolina. Unless there's some North American Carolina capybaras in Appalachia, but that would be, you know, still count as a cryptid, wouldn't it? Yeah, until someone catches a capybara up here, that would still count as a cryptid by most standards. My comment section went nuts for this footage, and from there it spread to Twitter pretty fast. There were polls for days, and I even had actual experts weighing in. It was all a really cool experience. And it meant the video did some pretty great numbers. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries were missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Haha, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free and now will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm going to go after the... Wait, no spoilers. Whoops, sorry, Avery. That's okay, I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. Okay. It's like Bigfoot, but smellier. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing? So now it's a decision between approaching similar paths that we've already walked in different ways or trying to completely divert. What do you think, Sammy? Should we go or should we try not to? I'm not sure we even have an option, really. Sounds legit. Let's see. Well, that depends. Will Gretchen be there? Of course. It's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more. I guess it will. I thought I would, I was delaying, but yeah, okay, I guess I'm in. This is going to be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with the game decided for me with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school. So it'll be kind of be a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around in the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. Yeah, about Reese. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us and get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we can get him out of his hidey hole if he's up for it. Yeah, let's get Reese to come with us. Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. You want me to come by or? Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind. Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come to the woods tonight. I met someone cool in town today. Someone hot. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know. Yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, going out to look for skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Good. Oh, come on. The guy's not feeling well. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Jesus. You could be a little less harsh. Anyway, we should stop by his place sometime this week. I think you two would like each other. You can be a little rough around the edges, but like is everybody rough around the edges? Anyway, we've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if you want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. This is a diner, lady. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Leave a generous tip. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table, inconspicuously. Aw, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met in the dark forest in search of monsters. You feel a sense of foreboding, which seems only natural considering where you are. Your instinct screams at you to leave, but at the same time you're curious to see what the night has in store for you. You decide to go with the flow, to keep putting one foot in front of the other and to not dwell too much on this strange feeling. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel the chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Well, let's move on. Did you hear that? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Hi, kitty. I love you. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl. Phew, sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girl, you just old Duke. I get to do Duke again. Now, what the hell are you doing all looking over out the way out here? Skunk ape. Sorry, yeah. And who's this you've been sucking her into coming with you? Wait a tick, you aren't. Is that? Yep. Oh, nope, that was... Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Now, both of y'all head on back to town, you hear? Bet you're well cleared this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter. Won't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away a more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and something tall and hairy, something musky. You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You can never stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put damn down, camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I can help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did. But I've yet to see a shred of proof that you'd ever listen to any of it anyway. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunkabungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week. Can't afford to lose any more than that. I'm sorry to hear that. It's not easy to switch back and forth, Sammy. I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. As he did, why I don't come to you about these things. There ain't no skunk ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. And those damn mountain lions, they're out here, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in the woods longer than I have. These hunt bitches are sneaky. And of course, you wouldn't find one in any one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what I'm getting in my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s, and even those were iffy. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTubes saying something about a river monster's talking about a couple of these Boy Scouts have been 100% confirmed yet Appalachian cougars or some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by gears like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. You ever called me all kind of names just for saying things with my own eyes that I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anyone on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods, Don. And if you don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home, stay out of the woods tonight. As Duke's words leave his mouth, a sinking feeling starts to pull at your stomach as you glimpse brief flashes of something terrible to come. Whatever it is, the four of you are bound to meet it, and it will change you forever. Let's see. I don't think the night ends well. How would you know? I go hunting these woods all the time. Night, day, possum, bears, don't make no difference to me. D&D was a blast last night, Sammy. It was so much fun. Everything went... It was just a lot of fun. I wonder if the group would let me record a session at some point. I'll have to ask them. Obviously, I wouldn't want to do it with it. I did get your message. Thank you. Anyway, even a mountain lion would stand a chance to get the ingenuity of man here. Unless it's not a mountain lion. Oh, don't you get started again. If your daddy can hear you now going about ghouls and goblins and what he taught you around these woods like some sort of paranormal investigator. Do you want to be that to be your legacy, girl? And besides, you know my boy Bo and me are heading down to the state fair. Show out Big Betty this week. We'll be gone days, and the chicken coop might as well have a big old all-you-can-eat sign on it if I don't nip this thing in the bud tonight. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies. And you know I have to put my video out by... Oh, damn it. I do wish this game would put the name... like the little name tag above the dialogue box, like over top of the person relative to where they are on the screen. That would be a little easier to hop back and forth. And you know I have to put a video out by tomorrow evening. As Duke and Stella dig their feet in, the feeling from before gains form and clarity. Someone here is going to die tonight. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. One of us is going to die tonight. Now, what that's supposed to mean? You trying to threaten me? Yes. So leave before something bad happens to you. Sir Harpsichord, I think you freaked Duke out enough for one evening. Maybe we should leave the poor man and live his wild goose chase. I'm not freaked out by your Finn's theatrics. But if it gets you out of my hair, sure, I'm greatly disturbed. Now run along home, stay out of trouble. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke catch us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Silently follow. It doesn't look like any of this is going to make a difference. All right, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. Ahem. As night falls, my new assistant, the gorgeous Sir Harpsichord, and I find ourselves on a high hill on the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the going into Richard Attenborough, the southeastern edge of the United States, including right into this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. She has followers and she calls them Stellars. I think that's awesome. I can take the camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all of this gorgeous scenery. Duke may be gone, but that feeling in your gut still lingers. Something terrible awaits you, something unavoidable. Though what exactly is wrong in these woods still eludes you. That view isn't the only gorgeous thing out here. I was thinking the same thing. Oh, let the moment hang. Let's stir that moment out. Oh, yep, we're just going to let that hang in the air. Both of you comfortably taking in each other and the natural world around you. Only for it to be pierced by a loud, percussive snort. It's Duke back with a shotgun, run! No need to panic. That's just the sound deer make when they want to warn the rest of their herd about big, scary predators like us. Let's check it out. Oh, this is the weird deer. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. I'm a deer. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. I got a toothache! And then it's gone. Great. Gretchen, Gretchen, calm down. You're going to hurt yourself. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato. And they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? Never too late to turn back. Don't think that deer genuinely spooked me. I don't know if you want me when you're down. Don't be so hard on yourself. You just aren't accustomed to the sounds of the forest yet. Yeah, that must be it. When you go on your first few night hikes, everything sounds like some horrible monster that's just waiting for an opportunity to shred you to bits, but eventually you realize it's mostly just deer and raccoons, which probably won't go after you. Here, let's take a quick snack break before we get into the night's activities. Maybe some food will help settle your nerves. Got any of that meat race? As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Take the trail mix with the extra M&Ms. M&Ms. Classic choice. Never fails to satisfy. I like to mix my own to make sure it has the best stuff. And I use dried cherries instead of raisins. I like both. I like raisins. Maybe it's a bit of a controversial pick, but even as someone who's passionate about dried fruit, I simply cannot abide raisins. I love raisins. Raisins for life, yo. What about ants on a log? Have you forgotten such simple joys? Look, I'm a grown-up now. I have a refined palate. Then you should like raisins. Sammy, I need more sophisticated ants for my logs. No notes. You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws on a stick, distracted for the time being. There's something there. I see it. There's eyes right in the corner. So tell me, what is it like in the city? Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with a family, roommate, pets? Tell me what it's like to be Sir Harpsichord. It's hot, quite frankly. It's awfully hot. I live in a shed. It was advertised as one of those tiny homes you see on HGTV. I'm not sure if I would call it a home, but it is tiny. It's not good. It's, he's charging me a premium for what it is, which is basically a roof over my head and a hot plate. Even though it's pretty cheaper than pretty much anything else in the city, it just doesn't feel right. And the landlord treats the place like a shed and comes in and out for his gardening tools. But other than that, I don't have to deal with the fuss of having roommates. And you learn to live with stuff when you're on a budget. Half my living space being taken up by garden tools isn't so bad compared to some of the other horror stories I've heard. Oof, that doesn't sound too great. Privacy stuff aside, is the landlord nice at least? He's too nice. Sometimes he asks me to do yard work for him. He seems to think like I'm a gardener who lives on a property and works for free. He says he's paying me for the yard work by forgiving my electric bill, so that's kind of like getting paid with real money, but I don't know. It kind of feels wrong. Nice, Sammy. All right, that's weird. That sounds like the kind of thing you write a book about someday, but I would read the heck out of that book. But it doesn't sound like it's very good for your mental well-being. Have you tried looking for other places? There have got to be better options than a tool shed in a big city like the city. I'm saving up for something better. Good for you. So what do you do for a living? Oh, God. I'd rather not say. Stranger of great mystery, I see. That's fair enough. Not everybody's identity needs to be tied into how they make money. A crisp breeze passes over you. You can't help but shake the feeling that you're being watched. Yeah, there's eyeballs right here. I see them. Whatever's watching you has been doing so for a long, long time. Yeah, we've been having this whole conversation. There's been eyeballs there. You scan the tree line. Oh, they're gone. But whatever it might be is nowhere to be seen. I think we're being watched. It might be Skunk Ape. Do your best to pretend it isn't watching us. We don't want to scare it off. You gonna join me up here or what? You being picky? Being picky. Sit in silence, because I would like to move on with this. Here we go. That sound wasn't meant for human ears. Whatever lurks behind the tree line is something best left unseen. But the events of this evening were already set in motion long before you stepped foot in Scarlet Hollow. There's no turning back now. Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder. There's something terrible out there, Stella. Whatever it is, it's close. Here, hold Gretchen's leaf for me and let's check this out. You and Stella inch toward the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. As you approach, a series of weak clucks call out from a nearby bush. Maybe Duke's birds weren't eaten after all. What the hell is that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out Skunk Ape. It was feathers. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. Oh, I didn't see the hairy thing. I was looking at the chicken. It looks like it's heading north. Let's go after it. No. Now's not the time to hesitate. I think it's the perfect time to hesitate. I think this would be the healthy time to hesitate. Stella sprints into the woods in pursuit, leaving you no choice but to run after her. I think I do have a choice. I'm just saying. Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Smasho. Oh, good. The monsters will get you first. You say that, but you still stop to see if I was okay. If there was, she's very forgiving of my assholishness. If there was a monster out here, we'd both get eaten, and that's just part of the job. She takes this in stride, I gotta say. Oh no, that poor thing, it must have been one of Duke's. Oh Jesus, it's still alive. Investigate. You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen too close, she'll take a bite if you don't try to stop her. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She seems nervous, squirming slightly against her harness. Examine the growth. Good God, at first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing beneath. Whatever it might be, you know better than to investigate this lump any closer. You've seen horror movies. I've never seen horror movies. You back away from the chicken, your curiosity eclipsed by your instinct for self-preservation. Let's turn away. Unable or unwilling to continue inspecting it. Ahem. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, Stellars. Geez, I'm going to have to pull up some massive content warnings for this video. What kind of content warning would that be? Warning! Adult content has growth. I mean, I guess. Hey, you hear that? What in the hell you doing out here? Didn't I tell you to? Birdie? Oh, Birdie. Oh, what's wrong, darling? Good God. Did you all see what did this to her? We're on the same team here, Duke. I mean, I did threaten you, but just saying. We both want to know what happened to Birdie as much as you do right now, so we'll get to the bottom of this, I promise. We were on the trail when we found her like this. Whatever did this to her, I think we can hear them in the trees. Put that camera away, for God's sake, girl. I want to be in another one of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? When she's all like this, all swollen and hurting. Duke, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer. Come out, you sons of bitches. Duke, don't shoot them. We have no idea what'll happen. You hear that, Stella? That's the sound of something. Man, it's the sound of something Pete's like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Come on, you, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me up. Line up a good shot. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Quick, they're closing in on us. Die for the flashlight. I dove for Gretchen last time. You dive to the flashlight and swing your body towards the woods. I said, aim the damn thing, quick! Light up them woods! Perfect! Kablamo! Just crazy, but that should make pretty easy to track, eh, Stella? Yeah, blood trail's pretty hard to miss. Guess we know it wasn't mountain lions after all. Though it didn't look like any cryptid I'd heard of either. This is going to be one hell of a video. As your heartbeat settles, you realize the Gretchen stopped tugging at her leash. You look down, only to find an empty harness and the paw prints of a runaway dog. Wait, where's Gretchen? Where's my dog? I warned you both. If we stayed out here, something terrible would happen. Gretchen, I'm coming for you. I'll be damned if I let her chase after those things alone. Oh, God. Oh, God, Duke. Alone, you have no choice but to follow Duke and Stella into the darkness. Guess I'll die. A coward to your core. As the dark of the night surrounds you, the sound of a snapping branch cuts into your ears. If you're going to die, it may as well be on your feet, surrounded by other people, rather than in the woods alone by monster or slow starvation. You steel your nerves and run after Duke and Stella. All right. As you push deeper into the woods, the unearthly sounds once again surround you. Keep running. Are you trying to get us lost? Slow down. I think we're almost there. The trees are starting to thin out. Lord, that smell. The shrieks pull back into steady whispers as you, Stella, and Duke stumble upon the putrid bodies of dozens of dead and dying animals. At the edge of it all, an immobilized Gretchen gurgles in pain as one of the creatures looms over her. A sinking realization pulls at your gut. This is their nest, and you are surrounded. Gretchen! Oh, Gretchen. As Stella steps away from the nest, or steps towards the nest, Duke pulls her back. No, this did not happen last time. Last time I dove for Gretchen and not the flashlight, and I think that's when Duke blew his own head off. This isn't over. We can still save her. Duke, can't you just, shoot that? Oh, God. This is going to go well. You got to remind, there's got to be dozens of things up in the trees. They're circling to protect their brood, whatever they've been planting in their animals. We got to get out of here while we still can. Duke's right. There's nothing we can do right now, but Jesus Christ, I can't just leave Gretchen like this. Duke, give me your gun. Oh, this is not going to go well. You're not thinking about... Oh, God. I'll do it, Pa. Stella, Yellow's my dog. We can't save her, but I'll be damned if we leave her behind to suffer like the rest of those animals. You don't have to do this. Duke, give me the gun. Now. Stella grabs Duke's gun and carefully takes aim. Run. Gretchen. Gretchen. I'm going for a different playthrough. This is what it means. Gretchen. As soon as the gun fires, you, Stella, and Duke sprint back through the woods, the unearthly hollers and whispers of the nest nipping at your heels. In the highest branches of trees and down onto the floor, they're all around you, casually keeping pace with your all-out sprint. Quick, my truck's down. Quick, my truck down this way. You make it to the road, but 3 of the creatures stand between you and Duke's truck. You've stolen from them, Duke. You have to give back what's theirs. Sir Harpsichord's right, Duke. Birdie, she's part of their brood now. Is this what you want? Is this what you want, you son of a bitch? Fine, take her. Take her and leave it be. Duke, get in the truck and get the hell out of here. Duke, do we have to take the truck back? I can just walk. Those creatures left. I'll be fine. Now, not really. Damn. Yeah, I'm with Duke on this one. All right, I can do this. You squeeze into Duke's tiny 2-seater truck, tucking your legs on either side of the gear shift. For such a gregarious person, Stella is eerily quiet right now. That was fun! Why am I doing? Oh, God. There's screws up there. I can't believe you're saying something like that after everyone you saw. Remain silent. I got nothing to say after that. You let the silence continue, staring out at the road ahead. Every now and then, you spot what looks like pale, anguished faces peeking out from between the trees before vanishing back into the underbrush. Soon, the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement, and the truck comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. Thanks for taking me home, Duke. Anytime, but these Mary and Joseph, what were those things? I have no idea. I've never heard of anything like them, but I got a ton of footage. Nothing really clear, but it's a start. I better go and check in with Bo. He'll be worrying about me. You and your friends stay safe. Looks like those things didn't follow us, but well, no point in talking about the butts. Just look out for yourselves. Take care, Duke. Have a good night. The Duke voice is legitimately a lot of fun. And here you are, back in town, away from the woods, with no one but Stella in sight. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Now that you're back in town, you must finally have reception again. 6 missed calls from Tabitha, and 13 text messages. Text her let's call her. Let's do but the calls go straight to voicemail. All right, text her that you're okay. We'll be courteous to Tabitha. Super sweet. And keep it to yourself. God, what a mess this night's been. Okay, Stella, why the hell would you ask if we could walk home? I hope you don't mind me asking, but why on earth did you? So sorry about Gretchen. There's nothing we could have done. I just have to accept what happened and moved on. She was 17 after all. It's not like we had many years left. Oh, Gretchen. But why did it have to happen like that? I know. Yeah, that's my fault. I should have grabbed her. It's her harpsichord. I love that they call me that. You were in an impossible situation and you made a difficult choice. It's done, and I'm not going to hold it against you. Can you hold something else against me? Neither of us needs to go back and relive that moment. All right. What happens now? We've got to find out more about those things. I meant, what happens tonight? That being said, there is someone in town who might have some useful information. My friend's mom. Her place isn't far. We should head over now before it gets any later. Ooh, let's do it. Well, sure, why not? Let's keep this nightmare going. What else can we do, really? Miss Forsyth is good people, and maybe she can help us get to the bottom of this. Let's go to the mystery machine. I hope she's still awake. So hot the card. Jesus. You and Stella turned to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the road. You didn't hear it approach. Welcome home. You're finally back where you belong. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back and the figure is already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. Sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. What brings you out here so late? I wonder if I can flirt with her. And who is this? I'm going to flirt with everyone. Everyone, because I'm hot. Hi, Miss Forsyth. This is her harpsichord. Is it okay if we come in? You and Miss Forsyth briefly lock eyes. She's impenetrable, and you feel small and almost naked in her presence. There's something about her that's far beyond you, but you feel no threat, no malice. And then the moment passes, and you see only the middle-aged woman before you. Of course, you're in luck. I just put on water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you should call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. Welcome to my little nook. It's nice to finally meet you, Sir Harpsichord. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler, and now poor Perlane is gone as well. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. Okay. Sybil reaches over and pats her hand delicately. Hers feels like soft parchment paper, dry but soothing. You ever try moisturizing? No, what's got you here so late, you two? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff. Not so sure I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches. I know a bit about classic spiritualism. What sort of unexplainable things are you talking about? We ran into some creatures out in the woods. These things, I don't even know how to describe them. I can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always had a brighter gift for nature than I. This wasn't wildlife, Miss Forsyth. Here, I can show you. Stella pulls out her camera and tilts the screen towards Sybil. Oh, one of your little videos. Oh my. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northwest. Within the town limits? Yeah, I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers. You better come with, Stella. I'm sure she'll be more than willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Kanika, come on out. We could use a little help. Titties. What, Mom? Oh, it's Stella. Hi, Stella. And a stranger. A hot stranger. You just call me cute? No, you must have misheard me. You must be Tabitha's cousin. Yep. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. Let me just clear my history. Okay. I probably said that joke already. I think I did. I'm getting deja vu joke. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. There's a lot of dead and sick animals on the recording. You know, I have a harder stomach than any of our friends. I'm pressing play. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? Did you film it? Was that Gretchen at the end there? What was left of her? Stella, where's Gretchen? Oh, she's dead. I shot her, Kanika. Those things, they put something in her, and I wasn't about to let her suffer. Stella, I'm so sorry. It's okay. I'm sorry, too. Yeah, I'm fine. I just want you to know what did this to her. Unfortunately, if these creatures are what I think they are, what happened to Gretchen is but the start of something far more sinister. My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they are a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. Mom, come on, this is serious. Stop staring Stella and her stir harpsichord with this tally-po crap. She just lost her dog. Have some respect. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. The creatures themselves are harmless to people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. But just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate. To see so many in one place is... Sybil holds her silence. Jesus, Mom, they've clearly had a rough night. They don't need this. It's okay, Kanika. This is helpful. Stella, whatever these things are, they aren't magic. We can't rule that out. Not after what we've seen, what we saw. But fine, let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to these animals. You saw that nest. What were those growths? Say nothing. You decide to keep your thoughts to yourself. Maybe what we're seeing here is some sort of parasitic larval stage, part of their life cycle. But I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something that's out there, not without doing some research or talking to a biologist. I'm sure there's a rational explanation that'll clear all of this up. Oh dear, I'd forgotten about the tea I'd put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Sir Harpsichord get some rest. I ran him ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror and killing dogs and shit. Yeah, let this miserable night end. Fuck this. You guys are all nuts. Cool it, Sir Harpsichord. Last I checked, this wasn't your dog that got taken. I'm sorry, I had no idea how bad it would get out there. It's never like this, I swear. Don't apologize, Stella. Here's hoping a good night's rest will make it all seem like a bad dream, Stella. I'll send you home with some of my house-made peppermint tea. A cup a day does wonders to soothe the soul. Sir Harpsichord, it might do you well, too. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see you. Bye, Sir Harpsichord. Yeah, she doesn't like me now. It's excellent iced or warm, though with the nights getting chilly or warm might be probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. All righty, let's back home. My home, I mean. Oh, let's. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. Yeah, I think we could each use some company tonight. My thoughts exactly. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take long for Stella to fix up the guest room for it. While it's certainly smaller than its counterpart at the estate, it's far better cared for. This makes more sense since I don't have Dustin to talk to. Make yourself at home. Are you going to be okay after what happened with Gretchen? Allow me to continue bringing up your dead dog. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, I'll be okay, Sir Harpsichord, but I don't want to talk about it right now. It doesn't have to end just yet. I should really get started on researching those ditchling creatures. I'll see you in the morning, all right? Stella closes the door behind her, leaving you alone with your thoughts in your hand. Call Tabitha. It rings for a moment before she picks up. Where the hell have you been? I texted you back. I called you back. Did you? I didn't notice. Yeah. Hey, Tabby. So you met Stella then. Ugh, that explains everything. I'm going to bed. I'll collect you tomorrow. Okay. From the comfort of Stella's guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, and you'll wake up in the normal world and have a relaxing week in the mountains with a new friend. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. From behind closed doors, you can faintly hear the sounds of quiet sobs. Oh, right. I meant to put the music on for this run. Maybe I'll try and remind me to put the music on, Sammy. Somebody mentioned I should listen to it with the music and that I won't get dinged for it. I'll do my own music. Dun, 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 Scarlet Hollow. Dun, 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 Scarlet Hollow. Dun, 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 dun. We're all having fun here in Scarlet Hollow, where everything is peaches and cream and Gretchen dies. Sorry. It's what's his nuts. It's the dude. It's the alpacas that belong to the weird priest. Reese! And it's the eyeballs! And it's the pumpkins! And it's the sad pumpkins. And the mine. I didn't have any adventures with the pumpkins. I wonder if that's a branch that I can go down. I want to see the pumpkins. The locked door. And that was episode 1 of Scarlet Hollow Hardcore Asshole Mode Run. I think that should about end this one for right now. Episode 2 does indeed await. Let's save the game. And thank you so much, Sammy, for joining me. Thank you for anybody watching this after the fact. If you want, you can check me out doing live streams on Twitch at rotted_gaming, or check out my videos after the fact at YouTube under Rotted Gaming. So thank you again for joining. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'm going to get going with mine. So have a good one, everyone, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.